Our next speaker is actually presenting remotely. I think we have a recording. I am going to introduce, and then someone is going to wave a magic wand, and we are actually just going to see her presentation. You notice how I say I'm assuming we're going to see it.
Thanks for the confidence.
There you go. Absolutely.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Good evening. I have attached my recorded speech, and the title of it is Embracing the Power of Now and Extending Gratitude. In this speech, I will be taking the audience through the journey that is a blend of the intrinsic and the extrinsic life, along with unraveling the power of being present and extending gratitude. I give you none other than Khushee Doshi. Khushee Doshi.
I want you all to think for a moment. What is the first thing that crosses your mind when you first wake up? What is the first thing that you do when you first wake up? It's going to be quite different for all of us, as we humans embody different roles, different responsibilities, different duties. But I can assure you one thing: whatever action, whatever thought that crosses our mind is our subconscious acting to tell us and to inform us about the preceding tasks that are going to be coming in the forthcoming and the challenges that we have to surmount in the forthcoming. We humans live a very fast-paced lives. Our lives are often filled with stress, anxiety, to embody certain roles, to fulfill certain duties. But there's one thing I would like you all to do from tomorrow, and that is to practice gratitude. The first thing I want you all to do when you wake up is to ask yourselves, what is that one person or what is that one thing that I am grateful for? This is a practice to seep into your consciousness, to seep into your inner self, and to be more wary of your surroundings and more aware of those around you. This is a practice that sets you on the path for perpetual gratification. You're going to be a more fulfilled person within. You're going to vibrate sensations of compassion, of gratification to those around you, which will facilitate those around you to do the same. There's one motto that I've resonated with for the past few months in my life, and that is to just stop and smell the roses. This is that one philosophical saying that I have learned to implement into my daily actions because it really allows for self-musing. It allows for profound introspection, to thank everything that I am surrounded by, every person I am surrounded by, everything I have received. This is a practice that allows me to focus more on the efforts rather than the outcomes of my actions. The world that we live in today, we often find ourselves to be more invested in the outcomes of our actions rather than the efforts. And that is what pulls us down. We're stressed, we're anxious because we think what we do will not lead to those intended consequences, while we're overlooking the journey, the effort that we're putting in at the present, because that is the most fulfilling part. We have to become more invested in the journey rather than the destiny. And when we extend gratitude, we become more present. We live with more intention because we are aware of everything that we are surrounded by. We are aware of the present, of the power of now. There is nothing more profound than now, and focusing on what is happening now and how we can enhance our actions in the present to influence those around us, as well as to instill personal well-being. So I hope whatever I said right now will facilitate you to draw a deeper connection with your mind, body, and soul, and allow you to witness the trajectory of your life unfold into the peace and into the practice of self-transcendence in the forthcoming. Thank you.
Our second speaker was Khushee, and we heard her by video. Her evaluator is going to be Wesley Sherwood. Wesley, I'm looking for you right now, and I'm sure there you are. Wesley, you're on, sir.
Thank you, John. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and purpose, well, I'm actually evaluating Khushee, but she's not here, but I will share anyway what I observed during her recorded speech. The first thing that enlightened me about her speech was that she was focused on improving life experience. I'm all about improving life experience, so she instantly had me. I could see that she was very focused on the camera, and it must be difficult recording a speech without an audience, because you're having a little bit of a difficult time making eye contact, but she remained focused on the camera throughout her entire speech. She also supported her speech with lots of gestures, and one of them I noticed she used a little bit very often, but more like this. She did this a few times, but it did still support what her point was that she was making. I noticed that she took the time to stand up while delivering her speech. I'm always a proponent of standing up while delivering a speech versus sitting down. One thing that was a major problem I had with her speech was hearing her audio. The quality was not very good, and I heard bits and pieces of her speech. So hopefully I'll be able to get a copy of that video so I can truly do service and give her a true evaluation of her speech. I did notice that she uses very good grammar. She used some vocal variety where her volume went up and it came down. I noticed she was very comfortable with our audience. She didn't seem in any way nervous doing a recording to an empty room. The things that I found the most interesting about her speech was making sure that we're talking about living in the moment. Two of the terms she used was efforts versus their outcomes and journey versus destiny. As I said before, very good speech, very well structured. Audio quality could be improved a little bit, and hopefully I get a copy of that speech so I can truly do a more detailed evaluation of her speech. Thank you.
All right.